Okay, so today we're going to draw this dog's nose and muzzle. So I'm going to just block in the background and the first layer with this black pastel powder. It's a pastel powder that I've made. I go into great detail of how I've made that over on my Patreon. So I'm just going to block it in with this applicator tool and use the tool to draw some of the features. I'm also going to now come in with my black pastel pencil just to continue adding the details and building those darker areas and building the structure of the nose. I'm just scrubbing this in. This is just the first layer and where the dog's nose meets the fur and the darker areas. And as I've said, over on Patreon I've got real-time tutorials which I go into greater depth in real time. So now I'm going to smooth all of that in using my blending stump, and then I'm going to come in with a white pastel pencil to bring in the highlights of the nose. So this brings the texture of the dog's nose in, giving you that lovely wet dog nose look. And just using the white pencil then to go all the way over the nose using little short strokes of the pencil. And then I'm going to just touch each of these just with the blending stump, just to smooth them in just ever so slightly. And now I'm going to come in with my black pencil and just go in between the white. This gives you that texture and sort of gives you that depth to the dog's nose and the texture on the nose. Again, over on my Patreon it's in full real time, so I really do appreciate it when people sign up and subscribe to that. It really does help me produce more of these videos. So I'm going to now start doing the hair with this black pencil. This is the under layer of hair, and every time you do this I smooth it over. And again with the white, just to start bringing in those little white highlights of hair. Just bringing them in, shorter strokes, shorter hairs around the nose, and as you bring it over the muzzle of the dog, they get longer. So as I'm going through this now, again going over the bits that I may have smudged a bit, you just keep going back over each time, adding in the details as you go. Now the background to this picture is actually black, so once I've blended this in, I'm going to bring in the black background because that will allow me to show the hair going over the background a little bit more easily. So I'll just blend that in quickly. I go into more depth over on Patreon, but you get the idea from this video. So I'm just going to start putting the little white hairs now, and then going over again, bringing in that dark area, and now adding in the fur. This is the under layer of fur, so this is the black fur. And I'm just doing longer strokes, turning my pencil as I go to keep it sharp. It's a darker area around the mouth, blend that in. And this is the first layer of fur. Now I'm going to do the second layer over here with my white pencil. So this is where it starts to bring in the more realistic side of the picture. It's where you start to really see the picture take shape. So just copying the reference picture as best as you can, go in the same direction of fur, keep the fur in the same direction, and you're just going over the dark layer with this second layer of fur, which is the highlighted white bits of fur. I do the odd little bit of fur that goes in the wrong direction, because that all adds to the realism. And now I'm coming in with the black pencil again to do another layer of black. This builds depth to your fur. And please don't forget to subscribe to me to see more of these videos. They're all free. It's free to subscribe on YouTube. So I'm just going over now, highlighting and darkening areas that need to be done, making sure the nasal area is darkest. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with my soft pastel stick to do the final highlights. Sometimes stepping back from a picture will help you look at the picture as a whole to see what you need to do. which I've done here, and again highlighting the areas with the white pastel stick. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Give it a go, and I hope to see you with more soon.